Today in History. That's right. It's time for our daily journey to the past.
We have two events to share with our listeners today, but first a quiz question. Beethoven was known to suffer from an ailment through most of his life. Was it, number one, hair loss, or number two, hearing loss? The question again. Beethoven was known to suffer from an ailment through most of his life. Was it number one, hair loss, or number two, hearing loss? If you know the answer, you can put it on our Bandi board or text in on your cell phone, #1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. And the prize is a 2015 casual planner.
Okay, so like Steve just mentioned, we're going to be talking about two main events, and here they are.
Today in history. In 1770, Ludwig van Beethoven was baptized, and in 1892, Vogue was published for the first time.
1770년 12월 17일 루드비히 반 베토벤이 세례를 받은 날이고요. 1892년 12월 17일은 Vogue지의 창간호가 발간된 날입니다.
Okay, so we begin today's journey to the past with the symbolic date regarded as the birthday of one of the most renowned and influential composers of all time.
And he was Ludwig van Beethoven, who was baptized on this day in 1770, whereas records of his actual birth were never found to this day.
I see. Now, Beethoven was, and of course still is, one of the most prominent giants in classical music and a key figure who led the transition between the classical and the romantic periods.
His prowess in music was evident at a very early age, leading his father to make him pass as a child prodigy and making his debut in 1778.
By the time he turned 26, his most renowned trait showed its first symptoms, and that was his infamous hearing loss.
Hearing loss. He was only 26.
Right.
Well, despite this obstacle, however, he left a tremendous mark in the world of classical music. In fact, he is occasionally referred to as one of the three Bs, along with Bach and Brahms.
And product of his genius and talent is the musical masterpiece Symphony No. 5 in C minor. Are you a fan of symphony orchestras?
Actually, I am.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not that knowledgeable, I must say, but I think I'm getting more and more sort of appreciative of that kind of music.
Yeah, same here. I'm no expert by any stretch, but I do enjoy watching it on TV from time to time or listening in the car.
Right. Okay, now let's go to the world of publications where another influential name became known for the first time on this day in 1892.
And that was fashion magazine Vogue, founded by Arthur Toomer, who, as a weekly publication in the United States, became monthly in 1973.
Oh, okay. Now with the readership surpassing 12 million every month, according to the New York Times, Vogue has become into the world's most influential fashion magazine.
Absolutely. Moreover, the magazine has been documenting the rise and growth of women in society in its 112 years of history, being considered now by many as arguably the first and last word in fashion.
Wow, the first and last word in fashion.
That is a good expression. And what that means is when people think about fashion, they turn to Vogue.
그렇구나. 그 Vogue 하면은 그 fashion 하면은 이게 처음이자 끝이네.
Right.
The first and last word in fashion, we're talking about Vogue. Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, here's the quiz question once again.
The question was, Beethoven was known to suffer from an ailment through most of his life, and the answer was number 2, hearing loss.
Hearing loss였습니다.
That's it for today in history. We'll be back tomorrow with more from the past.